episode I freaking coughed my way through. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. This is episode 61 and we will be planning February projects. I'm wearing the finished Bonjour from Espis Tricot, which we'll talk about in a second because this is a finished item. I have another finished item, and then we have whips and squishy mail, and then we'll go into planning for February, which is the start of spring for me, which means we'll kind of be planning 3 months at a time because I split the year into quarters, so we have 4 seasons. And each season has 3 months in it. So even though there's still snow on the ground out here, I'm planning for spring. Updates. Benny got adopted. He is at his new home, and I'm getting a new foster dog tomorrow, Thursday. I'm getting a wiener dog. I'm so excited. I'm sure you'll see him next week. Yeah, so okay, let's start with the my smaller finished object. This is from Some Yarn. This is from Some Yarn. I won from Forget Me Not Fibers. This is 55% merino and 45% camel. I can tell you either the merino is superwash or camel doesn't felt, because I could not spit slice this back together, and it is really like pencil roving almost. There's hardly any twist in that, and so I had to do long tail cast on, because usually I do that modified back loop. So I made this head wrap that is just for, I shaved my head yesterday, so all of this that is shaved, I like some, because especially when like I have to pop outside, it's really cold. So I did this that I could just put on. I do not have a sock machine, so this was done by hand. I did 36 stitches on 5.5s. And I don't know how, I didn't measure how long I did. I just did it until it looked like it was going to cover, meat in the middle. And then I blocked it. And then I think I took out one row, because after I blocked it, then I tried it again. I took out one row, did a bind off, and then I sewed the bind off together with some sock yarn, with some turquoise sock yarn, because there's no way this was going to put up to being sewn. But it's on the back, so you don't even see it. This is real pretty too. You see some of the purple in there. It's super soft. I don't know how warm it is because I haven't worn it yet. Because it was pretty warm in here yesterday. I haven't been near the outside, but really, really pretty, really gorgeous base. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of it. I got quite a bit left, even with the end that broke off, and then I couldn't spit splice it. I'm like, why isn't this spit splicing? So I'm guessing camel doesn't felt, or this is superwash. Either one of those. My second finished is this. This is the 3rd version. So here's the original with the original neckline, and then that is our second version with the smaller neckline that still rolls. So this neckline got a 2x2 ribbing on smaller needles that matches the end ribbing. And what I wanted to show you is this had black yarn. You can see right here, black yarn, and the mohair was colored was this burgundy color. So this is an experiment two ways because I wanted to see how, obviously the fit, changing the neck, and the color of, okay, so we have done two different colors now. We have this one, which was both the merino base and the mohair base were black and pink. They're black with pink spots, right? And then this one was black with black merino with the burgundy mohair. So maybe you can see where we're gonna go in February. We'll talk about that in a minute. So those are my two finished items. Oh, let's talk about this a little bit. I am not at all bothered by this neckline. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having coughing fits today, so I'm going to try a lozenge for a little bit. So, it's helping so well. I did a neckline of, on 45 millimeter needles, 64 stitches. I did, I think, 28 rows of ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, which is the exact same as the bottom of this is 2x2 ribbing on 4.5 needles. After that, I did one round on the 5 millimeter needles to get to bring me up to the bigger size, and also give me a row to do the because I do the lifted increases. So in order to do the lifted increases are done on the row below, so I needed, come here, so I needed that row to be there to do the increases. So I did one round just even on the bigger needles, and then on the next row we went from 64 to 72, and then I did another round of even, and then I did 72 to 90, which brings us up to the original neck stitch count for the neck here. And then I did 4 rounds even, and then finished the rest of that pattern. Okay, so then once I finished the pattern, now when you come to the end of their pattern after your last increase, I think it's supposed to work like 12 rounds or something, and then you do the ribbing. I don't do that because I want to use up as much of the skein as possible. Like this, we had this much left. I haven't weighed it. It's probably less than half a gram. So what I do is I mark the last increase round. I mark every increase round so I know where I am. So in the last increase round, after that last round, I weigh my skeins. I weigh them, and then I go until I have about 18-ish. I think I told you on the last episode, till I have about 18-ish grams left, because I need about 15 to finish, to do the ribbing and the bind off. Also, what I do is I don't bind off with both. So I bound off with a 5. I did a Jenny's, is it the Jenny's? Surprisingly stretchy. The one that you do with the yarn overs in patterns. So if you yarn over, and then if you purl, you yarn over the other way. You know what I mean? The one with the yarn overs. So that's how I end my tops, and that makes them stretchy enough. I don't put the mohair in the bind off, and I do that for 2 reasons. The one reason is that the mohair is not stretchy at all. And the other reason is because I don't like it. It's hard enough when you're working with mohair through here to make sure it grabs everything, that when I'm doing the bind off, I don't want to be worried if I'm grabbing the mohair too. So I just leave it up. I don't think you even notice. I think it makes for a better, stretchier bind off. And yeah, I can't even tell on here. I mean, if I looked real close, you'd be like, oh, there's no, it's just black, but I don't care. So, yeah, that's what I do there. So those are my two finished. I do like this. Are we doing that now? I have my one dog and two cats in here because they wanted to be in here for some reason. Probably because it's really cold out and the sunroom is cold because it's snowing. Now we can go into whips. Remember that we have taken the one top out of our whips for right now. So let's start with the Garter Snake Cowl by Lavagna Patricella. So we're well past the, I don't know if you can see this now, we're well past the brioche into the garter bits. Trying to be straight on, but I can't see. Here's the garter bits. Then you can see what low contrast that is. It's really, really pretty. You can see it now, though. Look at that. You can see it. I still have a ways to go on this. I'm hoping I'll have it done by next week, which is finished January objects. Hopefully we'll be done. This one is taking a lot longer than I remember my last one taking. So, and I know it looks all wonky until you block it, and then you block it and everything falls into place. So I'm really excited to have this finished. It's not hard at all. It's just that you have to go row by row and count, and I hate doing that. That is not at all how I like to work. Next we have our stash project, which we're doing with my Yarny Corner shawl along. This yarn is Descent by Laughing Cat Fibers, and this is on my pattern Carrie, which is a top down one skein fingering weight shawl. We're at about 70 grams of yarn left, so we got about halfway to go before we put the lace in. But it's really, I love these colors that it looks like a strawberry tiger. I love the tiger. Anytime there's black in it, it looks like tiger stripes to me. So I'm just loving it. I'm really, really enjoying it. So this I'm working on, yeah, after work and at night, because it's very, very easy. So dye project, stash project, and crochet project. I finished the second ball for this. Looks great. I did a progress keeper, so this is where we ended. This is where we started the second ball, and then we ended it right here. So that's how much we got in one ball. So the third ball is not going to give us even that, so it's not going to be too big. It's probably lengthwise now, it's just enough to wrap around me. So it'll be a nice flat blanket for all the dogs to lay on, which is the purpose. But I still like the color progression of the half rectangle. Still think the color's ugly. I tried to match them up as well as I could, and I think on this last one I might be able to match up too. So this will get done this weekend. I usually finish these early on the weekend, like Sunday. I think I was done. So this will be done for sure by the end of the month. I like how it's coming out, except for I don't like the color at all. Colors. But whatever, it's for the dogs and they won't care. Our squishy mail. I wanted to show you, I got another bag from Supernatural Bags. Snakes on it, because all snakes. I have this bag from her, which you'll recognize. And they are quite comparable in the quality, size. This is my favorite bag in this size, which is weird because it's zipper. I used to be totally against zipper bags, because you zip your project up in it. But I gotta tell you, if they're tall enough, that doesn't happen. So a zipper bag is totally fine if the maker makes them tall enough. So in this one, oh look, I have our top that we're not doing right now. So I have the hank still in here. Then I have the caked up skein plus the project. The pattern, the needles, all in here. So I'm able to see that room. You could totally zip that up. Nothing's getting zipped up in there. So these are great for one skein projects. I'm trying to well, two skein, a skein and a half. I mean, it's got two skeins in it right now, so by the time I'm done with the other one, you can fit two skeins in here. Because I make my tops in these, and I usually have two skeins because I only recently started out taking half the skein out to make the sweater first. And this is a DK version, so this is I don't have a plan with what to do with the extra 50 grams that I'll have left over. Supernatural yarn. She also has very, very nice yarn. Her Nymph Sport I've used twice, and it is the softest yarn that is just merino, like sock, I'm pretty sure. Is it Nymph sock? Hold on, I have one right here. Nymph Sport, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 2-ply, 328 yards, 100 grams. This is some of the softest merino, superwash merino that I have ever felt. It feels up there with cashmere, like without the halo. It is that soft, where I'm like, where did you get this base? I need it, because my Sport is not this soft. Get out of there. Get out of there. I don't know who her supplier is. It makes me crazy because I want it. Okay, our second one is also from the Virtual Fiber Festival. This is Always Be Kind yarn. This is Tricks and Treats variegated. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 420 yards, 100 grams. You know me, I'm always about Halloween, so I got this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might keep it for a giveaway. And this is Rainbow Shorties, Dark Side of the Moon. It's the exact same, 75% fine superwash merino, 25% nylon, 420 yards, 100 grams. This is like a dark gray with a rainbow. So here's the purple, blue, purple, and the green. You guys know I'm not great on rainbows. So her entire thing is like rainbows. Her story just breaks my heart because she proceeds from her shop go to various organizations for suicide awareness and prevention because she lost her daughter to suicide, and her story breaks my heart. So if you like rainbows and you like socks, and you like rainbow socks, check her out. Now we got Knitcrate. And guys, for Knitcrate, I looked at the pattern of that thing and it had a bunch of stuff in it that I didn't want to do, so I'm not making it. So we're going to keep going with these. This is Cabin Retreat. Cabin Retreat. I'm not even going to bother because they don't show you. They used to show you like all the colors, and now they don't show you all the colors. So I got the Energize Me, which was hilarious because they had two colors. One was slate, which was like a charcoal, and one was this buffalo, which is burgundy. So I'm like, seriously? Now, if it was the old Knitcrate prices, I would have bought one of each. But because the prices went up, I'm not. I can't imagine I'm gonna buy anything but the one crate that I get a month. It would have to be a base I really, really like that I've already had before for me to buy two, because it's pricey. This is like $40 a crate almost now, as opposed to like $25. So this is Audine Wool's flannel, 47% Surrey alpaca, 38% alpaca wool. I don't even know what that is. It's just the hayakaya, whatever the other alpaca, they just call alpaca wool. It's weird. 15% non-superwash merino wool. I guess so, because they're calling merino wool, which is, why would you, it's redundant. DK weight 231 grams, 231 yards, 100 grams. It's really not as, hold on, I'm going to hold one up to you and then I'm going to look at the other one. That's the way this works best. It is not as bright. It is pretty washed out. It is a red burgundy to the brown side, not to the purple side, to the brown side of burgundy. And I wonder if that's just because it's so washed out, and it's, I think it's the bits of, there's some bits of, let me see this. That looks kind of brown. These bits of fiber. That look like brown. Is that in? That's in there. Like it's got this. It's not exactly a halo. It's just kind of hairy. And those are kind of not burgundy. They're kind of white, I guess. It looks almost heathered, but not heathered, if that makes sense. So this will be one of these. And I also have I also have two of these that are also going to be one of these. Are both alpacas. They are completely different bases, but they're both like this has wool in it. This just has 2 different alpacas. This color is fine. I will wear this color. It will look good with black. This is a little too orange, so I do want to tone it down. I wanted less orange. I can't just pour black on it because it'll make it kind of brown because it's orange. So I have to find a way to make it a little bit redder first. So I'm trying to figure out some color theory and how to correct this red for me. But this will be a dye project at some point. But we're not doing these anymore because it's spring. So we won't be doing these until the fall probably. And then for your thing, it is Knitcrate, Winter Mint, and Marshmallow Lip Balm, beeswax, olive oil, coconut oil, stevia, flavor oil, which is, oh no, some of them are organic ingredients. Winter Mint and Marshmallow. Okay, whatever. So that's her Knitcrate this month. I got that specifically to make this weird cowl, tuck-in cowl or something, and I downloaded it. And I was reading it, and besides the cables, which I don't like, it had other stuff I don't like. For February projects this year. Oh, let me show you before we go there. Show you how I do February, how I start. Some of you will recognize this. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Spring. February, March, April, okay? Then down here, what you can't see written in pencil is some ideas. And I write all my ideas in pencil right here. Then down here I have February, March, April. So February dye project, March dye project, April dye project, February stash project, March stash, April stash, February crochet, March crochet, April crochet. So this is how I keep track of each month. This is how each month, I will refer back to this throughout the month if something goes wrong, and nothing gets written in pen until I'm serious. So up here, what I had written down were tops that I wanted to do, that I want to have ready for spring or for summer. So I worked out that I have some tops. I have 3 tops. So the top we're going to be doing first is the Elfe. I think it's pronounced Elfe. Oh my God. Cat, can you just stop doing what you're doing? So this is Elfe top. So this is two fingering weight colorways that just start as one, and then they kind of fade down to the other one. This pattern is like, how much? It's in euros. 395 euros. So that's 466 American dollars roughly. That's the top I want to get done. This month, if you remember, I said that I wanted to focus the beginning part of the month on making tops, so that by the time fall rolls around, maybe I'll be able to make a sweater with less of a fit issue. Which I'm not even sure that makes any difference, because all of the tops I'm making are like fingering weight. Yeah, I'm not sure any of them are even constructed in the same way. I know what our first, our first is still going to try to be that bulky one. Anyway, so for the Elfe top, I don't know if this is going to work. I have to swatch first, but I have these two skeins that I've had forever, and they're both a sparkle base. This is Prism by Haute Knit Yarn on her sparkle sock base, and this is Emo Veggies from Witch Candy Yarns in her sparkle sock base. They're the exact same base, same yardage, same everything. So I just don't know how well they're going to go together. So I'm going to do like a lazy swatch and see what happens. But this is, I love this color so much. And I loved this. She did it differently than she used to do. So I liked the old way that she did it, not this new way. So we'll see how it works up. I'm not quite sure. It had a lot more black the other way, which is why I liked it better. But I don't use a lot of sparkle. Sparkle is not really my thing. I mean, I guess like this it could be, because look at how, you know, I'm all right with this one. But I'm going to try these two. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, so I have plenty of other two skeins that I can put. It's not even... I probably have some Cascade Heritage that I could throw together and be fine. So that's our main project is going to be that top. So that'll be our Monday through Friday. For dye project is going to be boring this month. Because like I said, this one, we're doing our last bonjour for right now. This one had, because they're double stranded, so you have your merino and your mohair, and this had matching merino and mohair. Remember, they were black and pink. They were both black and pink, so they were the same. On this one, the merino is black and the mohair was colored. So on the next one, I want to do colored merino and black mohair. So this is Black Opal from Yarn Over New York on her Wave Hill, which is a zebra fingering base. 437 yards, 100 grams, 100% superwash. I picked this skein because it's the only skein I have that will go with black that doesn't have a lot of black in it, because it's just got the barb of pulling black, so I don't think it will interfere with seeing how the black of the merino, because we have the exact opposite here where the color is the mohair. So I want to see what happens if the color is the merino and the mohair is black. So we'll have all three ways it can be. They can both be black and colored. One can be black and colored, and then the other one can be colored and black. So do you get where I'm going with this? So all we're going to do is dye this black. This is a 50 gram hank, so it's not even going to use a lot. I'm probably going to use the Pro Chem black just to see, and I'm going to be careful of my temperature. I'm going to do a little my experiment this time is not going to be with the dye so much as the temperature, because see how fluffy this is? I don't want to burn all that off with it being too hot. And I know if you're not careful, this can felt on itself, like get sticky on itself. So I want to really see what I can get by as the lowest temperature for this. And I know for silks they say not to go over 185, which I think is still way too hot for silk. It's way too hot for cashmere. To keep your because you want to keep your halo intact. So like my garter snake cowl, I think that got too hot. Because the halo isn't there that was there before, and I don't know if it's going to come back after I wash it, so we'll see what happens. So I want to go at a lower temperature and see how, because they don't tell you what the temperature actually has to be, like in the manufacturer specifications of the dye. You know, you need, for acid dyeing, you need acid and heat for the dye to adhere, but they don't tell you how much acid or how much heat. So it's kind of like, figure it out. Here, figure it out yourself. And a lot of people go to boiling because that's how you get steam. And the differences for me is that steam is a lot less, okay, the way we do steam in a pot, okay? It's not like you're doing steam in a pressurized environment, which is how you get more steam, is pressure. It's heat and pressure, right? It's like making a diamond. That's how you make steam, okay? So, because when we're getting steam, it's just boiling water. But there's a difference between having your yarn in the boiling water, boiling, to it above the steam, where there's no friction, there's no movement. The steam pretty much moves through it. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a lot less friction, a lot less agitation, a lot less damage to the skein through steam than a roiling boil. Now, I don't ever let my water get up to a boil. That is like not at all. But it's really easy to get that hot. So I wanted to try lower. I wanted to see if we could do 160. I want to see if we can do 130. Like, I want to see how low I can go to get black to adhere. And I'm assuming it's going to depend on the fiber itself. I'm assuming that different fibers will take the dye at different heats, right? Maybe? I'm just assuming. I've also never dyed actual fiber. You know what I mean? Fiber. Like to spin. Oh my God. Can you imagine? It would be a felted mess if I did it. I just know. I can't even dye non-superwash wool without felting it. Like, it's ridiculous. So I want to get my heat under control and find a more gentler way, especially when I'm doing a kettle dyeing, which is just sticking it in a pot. So I want to keep a good eye on my temperature with this and see what I can tell you, because I want to keep this gorgeous halo and I don't want this to get stuck together. So I'm just telling you, dye project's not going to be very exciting. We're not going to be doing a lot of stuff. And I don't think I have anything else to dye because we're doing a lot of stuff and none of this needs dyed. And it's not like I have a lot of other projects to do. We don't have a lot of time to do more stuff. Changing plans for foster dogs. So, what was I saying? There's nothing else that needs to be dyed for this month. And with how many projects we have, I don't think we're going to have extra. Plus, if I do have extra time, I have that other stash top to do. So the other project, our stash project, I talked about the other day. This is going to be a shawl. This is Slytherins Are Brave Too by Honey Girl Farms. This is going to be one of my own designs. This will be my Michelle shawl, which is my lace shawl, which we'll probably just start after we finish the Carrie. We'll just go right into that. So that's our stash. So if that gets done, we'll finish the top that we had started last month. For our crochet projects, I have a size 3 and size 10 crochet thread, and I would like to make some chokers. Probably with a button, because I don't like things to be tied on my neck, so probably with a little button, or maybe we'll make a bobble to be the button. I made one years ago. The anti-craft website. You remember that? Oh my God. It was, I think there was a flower on it or something. And I never made any again. So I want to look at some, you know, there's SparrowSpite. There is a designer on Instagram, SparrowSpite. Is it SparrowSpite? That does tatting. She tatting. I don't know the right word for that. Tatting. She does tatting, right? So she tats these gorgeous chokers, just beautiful things. And I do not have the patience to learn another craft like you know, like no. She's good at it. I will never be that good. Is it SparrowSpite? Yes, SparrowSpite. I'm sorry, they, them, there. So they make gorgeous, I'm trying to find something I can show you. Gorgeous tatted chokers. Look at that thing. Gorgeous. SparrowSpite. Because they use this like shuttle thing, and I just no. No. I mean, good on them that they can do it, but that's not something I think I have the patience to learn. I just don't think. I knit and I crochet and I needlepoint, and I want to learn to needle felt. I wet felt. I dye. Like I do not need a whole nother craft with a whole nother set of supplies. No, thank you. At least mine, I could use mostly the same supplies for everything, right? Well, except for the needle felting, you need, you know, the fiber, which I'm so bad at that, it doesn't matter. So I don't know if I'm going to use the 3. The 3 is way softer, obviously, but this 10 is really soft. I don't know what brand this is, but I had 2 of these open, and the other one was not as soft. And I know I got these at... It's a place that got bought out by Michael's, and then they closed all of them. Why can't I think of the name of the place? Pat Catan's. Pat Catan's was the only place you could buy this, especially the 3. I don't even know if Joann's or Michael's might carry it. But I know they had 2 different, Pat Catan's had 2 different, there was a lady on it. And that was not the soft one. It was the other one that was the soft one, I'm pretty sure. Like Aunt Lydia, I think. Aunt Lydia? That's what I'm thinking. And they were not soft. So size 3, size 10. Size 10 is the small stuff. So I'm not sure which one. There's probably not a lot of stuff for size 3. But we'll see. I mean, as long as it's a thing I can repeat and get the right measurements, not going to matter. So we'll see what this is going to kind of be some fun for me for some little projects. And if we keep going with the crocheting on the weekends, which I have been enjoying, I just want to point out, I've been enjoying crocheting on the weekends. I feel like I'm not getting anything done because my other stuff is like not, okay, so that's dye day, so that's going to take up one of our weekends. Oh, it did. 1, 2. But we still had 4 other weekends in January, so we had 5 weekends in January. Yeah, okay, so that weekend's going to be a dye weekend, so 1, 2, 3. We'll have 3 weekends in February, so that'll be plenty of time to get some chokers done. We'll probably I can't imagine we won't get more than 6 chokers. We'll get less than 6, 2 for each day. 2 because 3 weekends, so that's 6 weekend days. I'm sure we can get 1 done each day, unless I like really am having a hard time getting stuff done. So this is for, yeah. This is what we got for the whole month. Isn't that fun? Fun stuff. Look at all that. Well, those will still be here, but the other stuff should be gone. Oh my god, the kitten is passed out. She's so cute. She looks like a drunk baby all the time. Yeah, so that's all I got. We're not even at an hour yet. Oh, these are Black Magic jewelry from Poland. These are the ghosties. Aren't they adorable? They're so cute. Yeah, I guess she put up a moon tarot card one. I think she needs to do some black cats. Maybe next Halloween we'll get some black cats. I like black cats. Anyway, is there anything else? Oh yeah, so this, the bonjour, I'm gonna make just like this. Just like this one. Maybe you'll actually be able to see it this time. Because I do like how this one fits. And I was thinking, because we're also taking, these are also like a test run on the, that poncho that I'm going to do the split sleeves, right? I was thinking of that one we'll do, because the sleeves are going to be in front. Like this can basically be worn any way you want to wear it because it's round, so you can wear it any way. But because that one's going to have a very defined front, because that's where the sleeves are going to go, I'm thinking of making that a raglan, so it'll stay on the sleeves, or it'll stay on the shoulders. I think it'll help with the fit. Yeah, keep the sleeves, keep the slits where they need to be if it stays on my shoulder where it's got to be. So I was wondering if I was going to have to do one of these that way, and I don't want to. So I'm just going to keep doing these the way I'm doing them because I like them. And besides, we're only doing one more. And then hopefully when we do, because I have a gauge swatch for the chunk, the yarn we're using for that, I should be able to figure out, because that has a different neckline. That has the folded over loose turtle. It's a real turtleneck, folds over and is loose. We have 5 balls of that. I wonder if that's going to be enough. I'm like worried it's not going to be enough. I'm going to use Elizabeth Zimmerman's her measurements for that. Since it's a poncho, it doesn't have to fit perfectly like a sweater, but it could give us an idea of what our stitch counts are going to be. And I don't know how long it's going to be. I assume I'll just let it keep going. I mean, because we're not going to, if we steek it, which I'm planning to steek, it'll be my first steek project. It's going to have to fit before we steek it anyway. So and until it's like once you cut into it, then you're kind of committed. But before that, I guess if the turtleneck makes it too long, we'll just shorten the turtleneck. Because this, well, I don't know, because that one's for going outside. So I guess I could do a mock neck if it was long enough. But this like doesn't even, I mean, this is how much it stretches. And it doesn't, it's not tight on me, so I don't feel like it's strangling me. Plus it kind of pulls to the front anyway, so I don't feel like I can't breathe. So I do like this. And well, that's going to get frogged and become something else, didn't I already decide? And this one, I don't, I'm on the fence of if I want to redo the whole thing or not. I think we'll wait till next year, till the end, till next fall, and see where I feel with everything. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Next week is... Did we say what next week is? Are you going to be doing your projects for the month? For the are you going to be planning your projects for the seasons like I do? Did you change your seasons? Is February still winter for you? Where are we? January. Okay, planning February. Okay, so next week is January finished objects, and then we have February die project, which is, like I said, not going to be very exciting. I can't think of... I mean, we do have a lot of... especially overdyes that I want to do, but nothing specifically that's ready to be done. And until I'm ready to do something, I don't want to dye it in case the perfect project comes up and I've already messed up what I wanted to do with it. So, okay. So from now until next week, I have to finish all of these whips. So I'm going to get going on that. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week for finished objects, and we'll celebrate what I was able to finish this month, and hopefully you are getting close to your goals for finishing this month too. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week. Bye.